Hey there, and welcome. We often think language has to be this huge, complex thing. But what if the real power, the real genius, is actually in simplicity? Today, we're going to dive into the hidden power of just a handful of English words and see how knowing them really well can be way more effective than knowing thousands. Let's get into it. So, just imagine this for a second. What if you could communicate, really clearly, anywhere in the world, using a vocabulary that could fit on just a couple of pieces of paper? A whole toolkit for English with just 850 words. Sounds kind of impossible, right? Well, it's not. 850 words. That's the exact number at the heart of a system called Basic English. And it was designed to be this super simple but incredibly powerful tool for everybody to communicate, precisely because every single word on that list was picked for being a total workhorse. So, how in the world do you unlock the power of a language like that? Well, we're not going to try and learn all 850 words today, don't worry. Instead, we're going to put just one of these powerful words under the microscope to see how this whole idea actually works. Yeah, the whole idea behind Basic English is all about efficiency. It's this hand-picked list of words that covers all the basics you need to say just about anything. And the word we're about to explore is a perfect example of this philosophy, taken straight from that core list. So our special word for today is wait. I know, it seems so simple, but trust me, this word packs a serious linguistic punch. And to prove it, we're pulling everything we find straight from its entry in the Simple English Wiktionary. All right, let's do it. Let's really break this thing down. We're going to look at all its different forms and all the jobs it can do, and you'll see just how much mileage you can get from a single 5-letter word. First up, let's look at wait as a noun. But here's the thing. It's not just one thing. It's actually doing two completely different jobs, and figuring out the difference is the key to unlocking its power. So it basically splits the word's identity in two. On one side, you have the uncountable version, weight as just an idea, right? A measurement of how heavy something is. But on the other side, you have the countable version, a weight, a physical object you can actually hold in your hand. Here's a perfect example of that first kind. In this sentence, weight isn't something you can count up. It's a general concept, a measure of mass. You can't have one weight or two weights here. It's just this abstract amount. And boom, here's the other side of the coin. In this case, a weight is a specific countable object. It could be a rock, a book, whatever. Same word, totally different job. But wait, it gets even more interesting. Okay, so we've seen wait as a thing, but it can also be an action. I'm serious. This word is so flexible, it can literally just jump from being a noun to being a verb, no problem. As a verb, to wait means pretty much exactly what you'd guess. You are actively adding heaviness to something. The idea becomes something you do. This example makes it totally clear. You aren't just talking about weight, you're performing the action of weighting something. You're literally adding a weight, there's the noun again, to get something done. The noun and the verb, they're working together perfectly. And grammatically, it just works. It behaves like any other verb. You can talk about something you weighted in the past or that you are weighting right now. This is the exact kind of flexibility that gets a word on that 850-word list. But hold on, there's one more little twist. So get this. Wait also has a sound-alike twin. Wait. W-A-I-T. Spelled differently means something totally different, but when you say them out loud, they sound exactly the same. That's called a homophone, and it's just another hidden layer inside this supposedly simple word. Okay, let's zoom back out. We just saw how one simple word can be a noun in two different ways. It can be a verb, and it even shares its sound with a completely different word. Now, this isn't just some fun trivia about weight. This demonstrates the entire principle of Basic English. So just to recap, our one little word wait can be a measurement, a physical object, an action, and a sound that means something else. That is 4 different jobs from one simple word. Talk about linguistic efficiency. And this is really the key takeaway here. The whole idea behind Basic English is that you don't need a massive vocabulary. You just need to get really good with a small set of these super versatile, multi-purpose words. Each one is like a tool that can be used in a bunch of different ways. It's like having a Swiss Army knife for communication. So that kind of leaves us with one final thought. We've seen all the power that's packed into just one word from that 850-word list. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What are the simple, powerful, do-it-all words that you rely on every single day? What simple words in your life carry the most weight?